let's bring this lovey-dovey, ovey-wovey thing into session. In this episode, I'll be talking about how to write love languages. So, just so everyone knows, I found this from a post on Instagram from an account at Agora for Writers. Sorry if I butchered that name. For the Instagram listeners, they will be credited in the description. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, let's start off with words of affirmation. This is when the person feels valued with verbal affections, such as compliments, words of encouragement, or appreciation, and of course, I love yous. People who receive love in this way may need to hear they are loved more often than others, because that's simply how they understand they're loved. They need a compliment on how they look, an acknowledgement on how hard they worked to whip that dinner party together, or even a simple, "You've got this, I believe in you." Think about your characters who fall into this category. Think of the ways they use it to make the other character feel loved. How much they would compliment or encourage. What happens when they're having a rough time and don't get this type of affirmation? And next up is quality time. This is when the person feels loved by spending time with you, such as meaningful conversation and recreational activities. They especially value active listening, eye contact, and no outside distractions. So television or phone pulling your attention away would probably upset them and make them feel unimportant. If your character falls into this type, think about how you could use it to create conflict and resolution. Think of those grand gestures their lover could do for them to make sure they know they're loved and understood. Next up, acts of service. This is that classic actions speak louder than words person. They feel valued when you do little things that just make life easier, like making their coffee or smoothie in the morning, folding the laundry if it's been a hectic day for them, or even taking care of them when they're not feeling so hot. Make sure you're not getting this confused with basic chores, where the person feels obligated to do these things. These actions come out of love and care, not because they feel like they have to. That would defeat the whole purpose of it being a love language. However, if you want to use this one to create conflict, you could have their lover feel like such things are trivial and just more work, especially if you're looking to show a breakup scene. Next up, gifts. This person feels valued when receiving thoughtful gifts. Note, the words thoughtful meaning the gift doesn't have to be expensive. It simply has to have meaning to show that their lover understands them. This type of person would be the type to scour the internet and go on endless shopping trips until they find just the right gift. Also, make sure they are receiving things that matter to them and not the gift giver. The story that immediately comes to mind is The Gift of the Magi, or Magi, it's M-A-G-I, where the couple has no money to get each other presents, and they sell their most valued treasures to give each other what the other truly loves. There is so much opportunity for romantic moments in this one, because it's those little things that really keep a romance special. Next up is physical touch. This person feels loved by receiving any kind of positive touch, like kisses, hugs, hand-holding, cuddling, and of course, sex. They feel appreciated when given these things, but please remember that everything needs to remain consensual. Also, just because they like kisses doesn't mean they want one forced on them in the early stages. Now, here's some final thoughts. Now that you know the 5 love languages, Think about which ones your characters might fall into. How would it create conflict? How could they reach a resolution? What things might one character have to give up to give up change in order to give another what they desire? This could also be used for friendship and a parent/child dynamics. Alright, so here's a little exercise you can also do. Create 2 characters and give them opposing love languages. Write out a scene in how their love languages would create conflict and resolve it. Now write a different scene where their love languages create a romantic moment. Follow up by revising scenes in your own working in progress and see if these love languages can help further your story. And that's everything for today's meeting. Check out the podcast Instagram account at creativewriting_club. Check out the Discord server in the description or in my bio for the Instagram listeners. My personal Instagram is at dark_night_wolves. And let's bring this meeting to an end.